Alright, what's good? It's your boy Starbreaker X back here with another video. And today's what if is what if Deku could use light magic. Now, light magic is a form of magic from not Dark Clover. I'm being stupid. Black Clover, right? So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And the video that I had just like posted maybe about like I don't know like how long ago it's gonna be before I post this video, but the last video I posted, I was tripping. Not gonna cap. I ain't really know like the rules of like copyright. I just got kind of mad because like a nigga has all these subscribers. You know what I'm saying? But we had the same titles on our videos, and of course he gonna get more views than me. But it's all good. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care that much about it right now. I'm cool down. But yeah. He seems like a cool person, I guess. But yeah. Anyways, let's get on with the video. Okay, so this video starts when Deku was 4. He's looking through the library for some picture books to read so he can practice his reading. Then he sees a strange book and he flips through it and it seems to be written in English. Deku knows a little bit of English and he reads this one phrase in the book. It reads, "Heaven splitting flash." Now, Deku wonders what this means, but he doesn't want to get too deep into it because he doesn't really know English like that. So he puts the book back and then he gets the picture books that he wants to get and then he checks out. But then he wonders, was that book of any importance at all? When Deku gets home, he asks his mom if she can teach him more uh English words. So like basically teach him how to speak English better. His mom Inko says sure, and then then she starts to teach Deku about English. Now let's skip to when Deku's 8. Deku's 8 and knows most English phrases and can even speak fluent English. Though it's kind of broken, he can still speak the language. So he goes back to the library, then looks for the same book that he saw 4 years ago, and then he finds it. He's able to read the rest of this. He's able to read the rest of the phrases. One of them reads "Light Sword of Judgment." Another one reads "Bright Judgment Whip." Another one reads "Arrows of Judgment," and the last one reads "Light Shaft of Divine Punishment." He sees pictures of these phrases. He sees pictures demonstrating what the phrases would look like, basically like if used. And then he thinks to himself, are those spells? And then he closes the book, excited. He says, I'm gonna learn spells. I'll be the best hero in the world. And then he goes to check out the book. And the librarian looks at him. And then she says, are you sure you want to check this out? Can you even read English? And are you sure that you want to take on this book's great power? He says, of course I can read English. Like in English and not in Japanese. And then he says, I can read English and Japanese. And then she's impressed, considering that he can speak fluent English. And then she says, I think you're ready. And then she scans the book, and then she says, you have a month to turn this book back in, or you could or you could extend the time that you want, or you could buy the book. And then Deku says, I want to buy it. And then she says, okay. And then Deku hands over $20 because the librarian just knows what the book does. She doesn't know its value. It really should be worth almost $1,000. Deku then walks out the library, excited, and starts running home. And he says, "I'm gonna be the number one hero. I'm gonna be the number one hero." And then he sees a villain robbing a nearby grocery store. And then he says, "Let's see what this thing can do." Then he runs over to the grocery store. And he says, "Stop, villain. I'm gonna protect him. And you're not gonna steal anything from here." And then the villain says, "What do you say?" And tries to swipe Deku. Deku jumps out of the way, and then he opens the book, and then it starts glowing, and then the phrase that said "Light Sword of Judgment" starts glowing brighter than the rest of the book. And then a voice pops in his head and says, "Say Light Sword of Judgment." And then Deku says, "Okay. Light Sword of Judgment!" And then a sword of light appears in his hand. He slashes at the villain, and then he collapses. Deku then feels his pulse, and he says he's not dead, but I'll call the police so they can round him up and take him to jail. And then then the cashier says, "You're not supposed to use a quirk." And then Deku says, "I don't have a quirk. This book contains great power, and I'm gonna use it to become the number one hero." And then the cashier's confused, but before he can say anything, Deku ran out of the store, excited. The clerk then calls the police, and they round up the villain. When Deku gets home, he says, "Mom, I helped defeat a villain." And then Inko says, "That's great. How did you do it?" And then Deku says, "You know that book I was telling you about? Well, it started glowing, and then I heard a voice that said Light Sword of Judgment, which was one of the English phrases in the book. And then once I said it, a sort of what appeared to be light, but was feasible." And then Inko says, "Kind of like photons." And then Deku says, "Yeah." And then I slash at the villain with the sword. And then Inko says, "Did you kill him?" And then Deku says, "I felt his pulse. He's not dead. But I'm pretty sure the police got him by now, and I don't think he's getting out of jail for a while." But then Inko says, "Be careful not to use that power in public. People will think you're using a quirk, and you might get arrested yourself." And then Deku says, "Yeah, I might." Inko says, "I'm proud of you, though. You did your first heroic action. That's great." Then Deku says, "Thanks, Mom." Deku then goes up to his room, and he puts the book away in his bookshelf. He dreams about all the things that he could do with the powers of that book. And then in a dream, he sees a man. The man says, "I am all for one. You will never become the number one hero if you don't defeat me. So what are you gonna do? Kill me or be killed?" Then Deku says, "I'm not killing anyone. If you're a villain, you're going to jail. And I'm gonna become the number one hero no matter what." All for One then says, "Whatever, kid." Then he vanishes. Deku then says, "Light Sword of Judgment." And then All for One reappears again. Then All for One says, "Oh, you've read a grimoire. I mean, yeah, grimoire. Nah, I'm stupid. Why did I say grimoire? That's stupid. No, that's not what it is." And then he says, "Oh, you've read a grimoire. Okay. Okay, where did you find it?" And then Deku says, "Don't worry about that. Just know you're finna be destroyed." And then All for One says, "Whatever, kid." And then he disappears. And then Deku says, "Oh, so that book is called a grimoire? It must be really important." Then when he wakes up the next day, he looks up grimoire on the internet, and then he sees various websites talking about grimoires and if they're real or fake. And then Deku says, why are there websites on if they're real or fake if I have one right here with me? And then Deku suddenly comes to a realization. These things must be dangerous. I don't think I should be using them. So as he says that, he looks at his book and everything has disappeared from the pages. Then he feels a sudden rush of power as the book glows and then dims. It turns black and then it turns to dust. Deku says, What was that?" And then he said, if my mom finds out I wasted $20 on a book that just got destroyed, she's gonna kill me." And then Deku just goes downstairs and is honest to his mom. And then Inko knows about grimoires. And then she says that just happens when you use the magical power. It's really not supposed to do that. You're supposed to recite the spells out of it. But if it does that, it means you're infused with the power of the spells. You can call upon them anytime you want now. And then Deku says, okay. That's the end of the what if. Stay hydrated. Don't forget to wear your mask. And buy Starbreakers. Yeah, psych. But anyways, about this situation with this Prince of King of Underworld or whatever. Like, okay, now I see I was tripping. All right. I mean, we're the only two like people with these what ifs on our channel. Well, yeah, with the series, though his has a different plot line, it still has the same title. That's why I was mad, but I didn't understand that just anyone can do it because I saw that me and him were the only people on YouTube with the same title. So yeah, I just thought like it worked like that. I just thought it like worked that you can't have the same title as someone because like when y'all know about that video, like what if Deku had every quirk? That was originally from Harry Fox, and I asked him in the comment section if I could use the what if, and then he said yes, and I proceeded to use it. That's what I thought you always had to do that. So that's why I was just a little bit mad. Because he had 2K in a day and I only got like 200 in a week. And he has like 1,000 subs. I only have 19. That's why I was just a little bent. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good now. I'm cooled down. Anyways, bye Starbreakers.